no reason why, you know, we couldn't, I mean, it would be ridiculous to do fireworks 1 week apart, you know, to work it together.
That's exactly what we were trying to do. Is if we could do the fireworks on December 7th, which will be our actual centennial, everything will fall in place, and it'll be a pretty good event for us.
I have a question for the city attorney. If we want to establish a committee, is there anything specific we need to do if we could possibly do that at this meeting, at least to vote to establish a committee, or is there anything specific we need to tackle before we do that?
Well, this will be a special committee. It's an advisory group to the city council. It has no legal issues. And it's up to you afterwards to decide if you want to follow the committee's recommendations or not.
So even though it's not on the agenda specifically, he can make a motion to do that, and we can vote on it?
Yes, you can do this because the item is in the agenda. And it's basically how you want to address the
We can address it however we want.
Right. I believe the staff's purpose tonight was to present us with the different suggestions and the budget. And I believe it's not an action item necessarily coming from them, but I guess we can make a motion, if you like, on the citizen committee.
I would like, I'd like staff to go back and come back with a recommendation on how to form a committee and what groups that they would want to pull from the information.
I think based on Portia Public's comment that this, we obviously should have an input from all significant groups, you know, within the community, such as she pointed out, the historical and the Neptunian and so forth, that this subcommittee, and I think should be formed by having a representative of all these, and if anything, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's great because then you're already utilizing groups that are already formed and have already done so much charity work.
And having all that input, so maybe we could consider forming a subcommittee of which would incorporate in order to make it valid and validate the end result.
Sounds like we're ready to make a decision. Is there a motion on the floor, or I wasn't sure, was that a motion? Would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to, actually, I don't think it's a motion. I think it's
The directive?
I think it's putting it back, giving it back to staff to come up with a recommendation on how to form a committee.
Is that your motion?
I'm not sure it is a motion.
Well,
I'm not sure it should be a motion.
No, I think you're right. You know, for the staff to come back to us and present as to who should be in to do adequate research as to who should be in this subcommittee, at which time, you know, we could approve this and then, you know, proceed, you know, with the study. But I think we need to make sure that we don't alienate or leave relevant groups out, and maybe they should come back as opposed to us trying to figure this out and discuss it, who should be in this committee.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I'm going to make a decision that will accept your motion. And is there a second?
Second.
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Wachvogel,
Yes.
Councilmember German,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Orr,
Yes.
Mayor Dominguez,
Yes.
Councilmember Mendez,
Yes.
and Councilmember Harless.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion's approved. And I guess there are no more business on the agenda for tonight. So thank you for coming, and the meeting is adjourned.
Well, great job here. This was a little different than the last presentation. I think one of the things that you saw in this presentation was the formulation through comments from the audience and